All right, guys. So those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Jerome Maldonado, and I've been an entrepreneur since 1993. I've been self-employed since 1993. People know me for real estate and development because that's been like my claim to fame and where we've generated the vast majority of our revenue. But really, I'm just a business guy. I've been in sales and marketing since I was young. I was 18 years old, right out of high school, and I was in college, and I was in pharmacy school. And I got introduced to a multi-level marketing company, and I sucked at it. I was really bad at it for like 3 years, really bad at it. But I got good at selling, and I was able to fill desk space. I was able to come in, and in my third year, I actually started making money, became one of the top money earners in the company, and I started building distributorships all over the country. I used to come over here back in 1995, 96, and I was doing trainings out here in Oklahoma City back in the mid-90s. So I know a few of you guys are probably just born about that time. And there's probably a lot of other people that were in the audience that were probably birthing you guys, right? So a little bit of everybody in between. And in '97, we got shut down by the FTC. And so I had to switch gears. And I didn't get into construction because I knew it, guys. So if you don't have like construction experience, if you don't have like real estate experience, okay. When I got into construction, I started pouring concrete because I was just looking for anything that made money. That's it. I was just looking for anything. So we were doing all kinds of stuff. We were doing door-to-door sales. We had a lawn service deal going. We do all kinds of stuff just to make money, right? Because truth be told, if you guys came down today and I can show you guys how to become multimillionaires building gingerbread homes, how many of you guys build gingerbread homes?
For multi-million?
Yeah, I mean millions of dollars, right? Yeah, I decorate cakes. If I had to stand in front of a room, wear a tutu, and I was going to make millions of dollars, I'd do it, right? Because one of the biggest things, money makes life easier, right? Because money's not everything, guys. In fact, money's a very small piece. It's a byproduct of everything else in life. The way you live, your relationships, your faith, everything that you do outside of money is what life is really about. Yeah. It's just that money gives you opportunity, resources, and it just makes life a whole hell of a lot easier. Does that make sense? So we started making money building houses in 1999. I was pouring concrete. You guys ever went into like a rainforest cafe? You've seen all those fake rocks. You guys ever seen those? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I took a course on that stuff in Las Vegas. Who's been to Las Vegas? How about to the New York? How about the New York back in the 90s? Anybody? Do you guys remember all that? Do you remember that rock work that was inside of there with the waterfalls in front of the steak restaurant?
I didn't stay in New York, so I don't recall, but I've been in there.
So all the fake rock that you guys see inside of the Rainforest Cafe and inside the hotels and stuff, the big casinos, yeah, we were doing that stuff. We took a course on that, and we were making millions of dollars doing that stuff. Golf courses, people's backyards, whatever. And then when we started making money again, I started putting that money into real estate, rental homes. I just started buying single-family homes in 1990, late 98, early 99, because I didn't want to go through what I went through in 1997 again and lose my ass. If something that was outside of my control, like a broken leg or something that hindered your ability to make money, I didn't want to be put in a position where I couldn't have, right? So I just wanted an asset. So I started buying houses. And I didn't like the single family rental game. I hated dealing with the tenants. And I started building houses and I started crushing profits. And I don't know if you guys have heard the story when I've told people, look, man, I was pouring concrete on a foundation, and this gentleman rolls up on a Harley Davidson motorcycle. And he was wearing this Tommy Bahama shirt. Bald dude, slick scalp, all shiny, wearing his skull rings and stuff, tattooed and stuff. Just a cool looking dude, man. Rolls up in there. And I saw this dude roll up one day. And he comes in just looking sharp in his Tommy Bahamas on his Harley Davidson. Walks in, I see him walk around. Oh man, I'm looking at my guys. Then I see him roll off on his Harley. I'm like, shit, man, I wonder if that guy's a builder. Next day, the guy comes up, does the exact same thing. But the second day when he rolls up, I happen to roll up at the exact same time as he did. And so I'm checking on my guys, 4-minute driveway. I went over there and I start talking. I said, hey, bro, I said, is this your house? He goes, yeah. I said, how much you think you're going to make building this thing? He goes, and I'm just like that. I'll just go straight up to somebody because you know how to get information from people. Do you guys know how to get information from people?
Talk and let's communicate.
You ask them. That's it, man. You just ask them. Come on in, bro. Plenty of seats like church, man. You just grab a seat right up here. I'm your usher. There's one right up front here, one right here on the corner. And so I went up to him and I go, bro, how much do you think you'll make on this house? He goes, well, I reckon I better make at least $85,000. I was like, shit, man. I was like, so when I was talking to him and he told me, I said, I was trying to make this. I was making about $20,000 a month pouring concrete. And I go, how many months do you think it's going to take you to build this thing? He goes, 4 months. I said, shit, 4 months, 20, 40, 68. I was like, that's an extra $20,000 a month. That'll double my income.
Yeah.
So I didn't reinvent the wheel. All I did is I went 3 lots over and I bought a lot for $35,000. I built a house, sold it for $400,000, $395, and I made about $82,000 on my very first build. In fact, in 1998, 99, it was 1999, very first build. So when I did that, and I got excited, I was building the house. And what I'm going to show you guys today is how in 2 years, I took that and I became a millionaire. Not because I sat back and I go, okay, I'm going to be a millionaire building houses. I just wanted to make money. Yeah. And so when I was running my concrete company, we were crushing. We went from $20,000 to a multi-million-dollar company in just 1 year. But then we took the houses and we scaled. And in 2 years, I had over $1 million tax-free in my bank account that was mine. Now back then, I would start the year and I would build like 3 houses and say, okay, I'm going to build 3 houses, and those 3 houses are going to pay my taxes. And I would literally take the profit from those first 3 houses. I'd write a check and send it all to the IRS. And then I'd be like, okay, the rest of the 9 months are my months. I can make money the next 9 months. Now, how many people think that kind of sucks, though? Like to say, okay, the first 3 months of the year, I'm going to work my ass off, give 100% of it to the IRS, and then I'm going to work the next 9 months for me. How many people think that sucks?
No. No, because the thing is, because like, how should I put it? If you get the IRS offering you, the rest of the 9 months,
that's my mentality.
You can be making more than what you get.
That was my mentality. But everybody raise your hand. Everybody just raise your hand. That sucks, guys. When I say, no one wants to work for 3 months for free. I don't give a shit who you are. All you guys sit in here, 3 months working for the IRS, that sucks. I had like 2 people raise their hand. I'm like, no. Everybody raise their hand. No one wants to work for 3 months. So I started buying buildings and depreciating them. And I learned that I could depreciate commercial assets, and that's how I got into the commercial game. Is I started going out and building houses and depreciating them against my assets, buildings, apartments, guys. And so I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. Now, here's the thing, guys. I come to a city not to come specifically see you guys. I come with my family because my family comes first. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not here, truth be told, to come in and really hang out and talk to you guys today. I'm here for my daughter. My daughter's here competing in cheerleading. She was in Arizona competing in gymnastics yesterday. So we went from New Mexico to Arizona, from Arizona here. And so I just kind of fit in a little bit of work. And then after we're done here, I actually have a closing on a $15 million loan over at the Omni. Okay, so if you guys want to see a real $15 million transaction take place, I'll be at the Omni right at 12 o'clock, signing $15 million loan. How many people want to go do that? Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah? Okay, you guys, so I'm the real deal. You guys are going to learn that about me. So what comes out of my mouth is fucking real. Okay, it's real. And I'm going to tell you guys that. If you guys have problems with profounding, I'm sorry, I cuss.
No, so do I. I buy the say of their man.
It's my exclamation point, everything that I do. So, look, guys, when we come down, it comes family first, okay? Family is first. Second is in, and I'll come in and hang out with you guys and teach you guys some pretty cool stuff. Now, do you guys want to learn how to make $1 million net in the next 3 years?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is in Oklahoma City, ladies and gentlemen, what is the most pronounced area, like the wealthiest area that has the nicest homes in the city? What area is that?
Nichols Hills.
Nichols Hills?
Yeah.
Where else?
Galardia.
Galardia?
Yeah, but Galardia is exclusive and it's gated.
That's just a subdivision?
Yeah.
But there's an area. Is there custom homes outside of the Galardia subdivision that are nice that people can buy and build? No?
It's exclusive. I mean, it's where like Reba McEntire lives and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just a subdivision.
It's just a subdivision. Okay. So that's maybe questionable. So there's no custom homes right outside of Galardia, like people that hover around there. They live in subdivisions.
Edmond's the city.
Where else, guys? Those are the main areas?
I would say like a little bit up the street from the city.
Yeah.
Like others like.
Come on in, so sit down and join us, gentlemen. Grab a seat. There's 2 seats right here. There's one over here. You guys come on in. Okay. Can we say that these houses right here Are there houses that range from 500K to $1 million?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. This is the range we're going to focus on today. Is that okay?
Yep.
Can we say that these areas kind of support that?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhat?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I would say like in total, it would probably equal more.
Probably more? Well, it's good. Yeah, and in total, yeah, that we want it to. We want it to equal hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars is okay by me. We're in a $1 billion industry, we're doing good. Just like cheese, you know? People don't think about selling cheese, but cheese is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
sell cheese, it's a $1 billion industry, right? So you go into $1 billion industries and you look at it. Now, look, ladies and gentlemen, I focus in this area. Here's why. Because these folks constitute for the upper 24% of all money earners that are buying homes in the United States. 24%. Okay? We don't compete with D.R. Horton. We don't compete with Lennar Homes. We don't compete with Pulte. We don't compete with any of these guys. Okay? We allow the tract builders to go in and build mass volume. How many of you guys want to build a business where you build 70, 60 homes a year? Raise your hand. You guys would love to do that. Okay? I wouldn't. I don't want to do that. We've done that. Okay? 10 to 12 a year, max. Okay? You know why? Your time, ladies and gentlemen, is more well vested somewhere else. Okay? Now, at the end of the day today, I'm going to pick 6 of you guys to come in and work with us. There is an investment. Okay? Now understand, guys, when you guys come in, my intent here for being here today is to hand select 6 of you guys to come in and work exclusively with us, and there is an investment, okay, to do so. You're in college? How much do you think you'll pay for your college degree over the next, you've been in college for 3 years, how much do you think you'll pay in total for your college degree, including board, room, food, tuition, books, and everything, over 4 years, 5 years to get your degree? 50 to 70? Yeah? How many people here have a college degree?
Nope. I'm not going
Okay, so probably about 1/3 of the room. I have a college degree. The average U.S. American that goes to college spends $111,000 on average for a 4-year degree. Okay? Did you make an investment? Did you make an investment? Is that an investment? Yeah, it's an investment, right? Okay. Now, investment of time and an investment of money. The most important investment that you made was your time investment. You're making a 4-year time investment that you'll never get back, mind you. You'll never get back. Now, college is a great time. But the average person getting out of college earns $60,000 a year. That's under the poverty level, guys. You know, the average median income for the United States right now is $97,000 annually. So you get out of college making less than the average median income. Does that make sense? No, that doesn't make sense. That's friggin' stupid. That doesn't make sense. Why would you go in and get a degree from an institution that our parents and everybody tells us to go do, and then you go get a job for $60,000 a year? Now, do I promote that going to college is done? No, my kids will go to college, okay? Because there's a reason for college. But the way that society and the Rockefellers built the education system here in the United States doesn't make any sense at all. Because people go to college to go out to get a better life, better job. But do they? Did you guys realize that 85% of people that graduate from college never work in the field that they graduated in? 85%. Okay? Now, I went to school. I went to pharmacy school. I've never worked as a pharmacist. I worked as a tech when I was going through college, but I never worked as a pharmacist because I found a vehicle that would take me elsewhere. But you know what college did do for me? It taught me how to be a good document reader. It gives you confidence. And I'll tell you why. Because those people that go to college, it doesn't matter who it is. And I'll talk, because I know I was in the elevator with you, so I just know someone to single you out if that's okay. But the reason why, like I tell my kids, I say, because when you stand on the doorstep talking to a white-collar professional that thinks they have inferiority over a blue-collar professional, they don't. Because you're a white-collar professional in your own righteousness. When I started this business, I said, I'm going to run a blue-collar industry, and I'm going to sell to a bunch of white-collar professionals, and I'm going to run my blue-collar business like a white-collar professional, and I'm going to freaking crush it, and I'm going to get rich doing it. And that's exactly what I did. How many people want to do that? Okay. You know how you sell to these people, guys? You educate yourself. Some way, somehow. You just got to be paying attention to who you're listening to and who you're educating yourself with. Okay. Now, so we all agree that education is super important. Can we agree on that? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Can we agree on that? Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Education is one of the most important things, ladies and gentlemen. And so one of the big things is, how do we earn money doing this? Okay? You guys want to do a financial breakdown on it? How much is land over in the Edmond area? How much is land, like a one lot? About 300K? Yeah? For one single family home? Okay, so some of them, but can we get them for a little less than that?
You could push north and west, like 75.
How much?
75.
75,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a range from 75 to 300K. So what if we kind of call it down the middle and we say $150,000 for a lot in Edmond? Can you find a good buildable lot in Edmond with homes of this size for 150,000? Can you?
Yes.
Okay, so if we say lot is $150,000, okay? Now we'll show you the exact areas. When you come in and you're working by us, I'll show you guys the exact areas on where you guys need to go in and buy lots at. Because the biggest mistake most people make when they're doing this is they go in and they think, and they try to look for land. You don't go in and look for land where you're gonna go in and develop. What you go in and do is you look for a business model. Does that make sense? You guys go in and look for a business model that supports financial gain. So when we go in, I don't go to Edmond and I just don't go look for land. I go in and I look for comps. And I'm looking for an area that supports exactly what I want to do. And that's go in and sell a house. Can we call it, you guys want to put, what's a fair market value home in Edmond? Can you give me like a fair market value median, upper scale median home in Edmond?
354, I'm thinking, or maybe higher.
Oh no, Edmond's the wrong area then. I don't want to be building down there.
Yeah, it's
I might be wrong,
Yeah,
though.
nice.
Tulsa is like
Well,
300,000.
we're not in Tulsa. We're not building in Tulsa.
I'd say they're
Yeah,
closer
those
to
are all-
6, I'd say closer to 650 than.
Exactly.
There's a lot of.
6 to 800?
Yeah.
6 to 800?
Yeah.
Okay, so call it like 750.
Now, some of the old ones.
We don't want to build a house now. How big are those homes in
Downtown
South?
OKC, you're around 750.
Where at?
Downtown OKC, you're around 750.
We got it down, you're downtown, but the land and stuff down here, you're not building big single family homes, right? You're just building small condos, stuff like that. So you can do that too. We did that over in Atlanta. So let's say that the house price is 750 fair?
Yes.
750. Okay. Okay, now, are those homes mansions or are they like 2,300, 2,500?
3,000, 3,500.
About 3,000, 3,500? Okay, so if the houses are for 750, I'm gonna check this out myself. Let me do this. Check this out, guys. Okay. Let's see. We'll just see what Redford says. Homes for sale in Oklahoma. Homes for sale in Edmond over $650,000. Okay, let's go to Redford. And that way we get real comps for you guys. That way we can really help you guys out. Okay. Shit, there's a ton of them. Damn. There's a ton of homes, man. Like 1.7 million, 6.9 million, 1.14 million, 929,000.
Yeah, 750.
1.72 million. There's a ton up there. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a good area. I like this area. You guys might even be able to get up into the $1.1 million mark. Okay. Oh yeah, you live right behind Walmart neighborhood market there, and you have an $850,000 house, $949,000. I don't even see houses under. I think the most inexpensive house that I see in there, guys, well, check this out, man. 977, 6.9 million, 865. Do you even see 900, 875? That's the cheapest that I see. Do you see anything cheaper?
In downtown Edmond by the rail yard, they're rebuilding.
Let's go to these smaller ones, like $865,000. Let's see, 3,100 square foot home, 865. We have. I'm going to look at the smaller ones just to kind of.
That's why everybody from East Coast and West Coast has been moving here for 20 years now, and there's even worse, a lot more.
1.14 million. That one's a 4,000 square foot house, though. Yeah, that one's a little bigger. We got a $1.7 million home. That one's just a lot. Oh, we look at this one. That's a 2.9 million, 10,000 square foot house. That's even bigger. This is bigger than my house. Okay, 895. 3,500 square feet for 895. So let's take the comps right in here. It 3,700 square feet, 895. There was this other one. Let's take the average of these two. because we'll be building closer to about that. I'd say this area, guys, I wouldn't go under $900,000. This area is smoking hot, man. There's a lot of nice stuff in here. So let me see, 900,000, 3,500 square feet. So let's take the average of those three. So let's take 900,000, 3,500 square feet. So we've got 900,000 divided by 3,500. Okay, that's $260 a square foot. Okay, that's 260. We got, yeah, just tiny bit less, but this other one's a lot more. Yeah, you're gonna have, like, this one's 3,100 square feet. This one's selling for 865 divided by 3,100 square feet. $280 a square foot. Come on in, sit, have a seat, guys. $280 a square foot. Okay. Okay, we've got this other one. Go back. There's one more that I wanted to take here. Okay, this one right here is $898,000 divided by 3,052 square feet. It's $294 a square foot. Okay, 294. Okay, let's take the average of those ones. Okay, let's get our real price, guys. Let's do this the real way. We're not building somewhere else, right? We're building right here in Oklahoma City. So let's take your guys' comps. Okay, these are comps right off of Redfin, right here in Oklahoma City, right in Edmond. Okay, so we're gonna take the average of those, 260 plus 280 plus 294. Oops. Equals divided by 3, $278 a square foot. Okay, bigger houses over here. Looks like it was. Okay, so we go. So now we got 278 times 3,000 square feet. Okay, $834,000. So we did 3,000 square feet, right? Okay. So we're 3,000 square foot home. That's short for square feet, guys. Okay. Resale price, it's not going to be $750. Okay, resale price is going to be a little different in that area. So we'll come back and let's construct this business model for you guys right here. We got resale price is going to be $834,000. Okay, now those are real comps, guys. Those are real numbers that are right in your area. Is this a fair number to utilize? Should we utilize it for you guys right here in Oklahoma City? Okay, yeah, these are real numbers, come off of real comps. Okay, now. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you make the profit? Big question. So the big thing is, let's say that the lots are about $150,000 up there, okay? So if the lots are $150,000, the average price across America is about $140,000 a square foot to build, okay? Let's just call it $150, not 100, it's $140 a square foot to build. Rock construction, ground up, vertical construction. We'll call it $150 a square foot. So if you come in and you build a house, you just drop your 150 times 3,000 square feet. That's $450,000. That's your build cost. So our lot, so we have our lot right here. We got our build cost. Is going to be $450,000. Okay, so $450K. Okay, now we're going to have our resale. Our resale price. Well, not a resale price, but a resale costs. Let's call it a resale cost. Okay, we're going to pay 3% to the buyer's broker. We're going to spend 3% to the seller's broker and 1.5% to the title company. It's really going to be closer to about 1%, but we'll just call it 1.5%. I want to overestimate, so I don't want to underpromise anybody anything that's happening in the area. Now, are there a lot of builders up there building custom homes? Yeah? In that area? Yeah? Okay, so we take 7.5% of the $834,000. Okay, this is our goal. This is our resale price right here. Okay, so we take $834,000 times 0.075. That's gonna be $62,000 in resale costs, okay? Now, you don't pay this cost until you actually sell the house, okay? Now, you're gonna have some debt service. And one of the things that you guys need to know, especially you young people, because I know some people are sitting back going, Jerome, I can't even afford an $800,000 house, right? Like, how am I gonna go build an $800,000 house? How many people are thinking that right now? Raise your hand, going, I can't afford to even think about that. When I first started building houses, guys, I had a 460 credit score. I shit you not, ask my wife, she was dating me at the time. Why, I don't know. I had a 460 credit score, okay? Because when I was in multi-level marketing, I was making a little bit of money and had offices in Jacksonville, Florida, one in Fairfax, Virginia, one in Allentown, Pennsylvania, one in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I had one down in El Paso, Texas, and I had one in San Antonio, Texas. All those offices, I lost the leases on every single one of them. They all went on my credit. I had errand rents, they had furniture, every single one of them. I didn't pay for any of the furniture, I just left it all there. At Best Buy, went in, I wired surround Range Rover on my back because I didn't pay for my Range Rover because I couldn't afford to. Using that as well. Guys, when we went to zero, when you're making $20,000 a month, you go to zero, it all disappears, okay? And so that was what I was protecting myself against. So for some of you guys that are sitting back going, I have money. There's so many different ways to do this. The biggest reason is you just haven't learned how money works. Do you know where you guys get money, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Other people. You get it from other people, ladies and gentlemen, and banks. So I literally went in and I made some money, but then I went in and I begged a banker that I knew since I was young, and I got a $100,000 line of credit. And I had a concrete company that I was feeding into. I bought a lot on owner financing. They financed the land for me. I didn't do it. I went and got a little line of credit that I begged for, literally. And the lady, Joanne, she told me, she goes, Jerome, I'm gonna give you the loan, but if it defaults on me, I'm gonna freaking kill you. Because I had a bank account since I was 15 years old. My dad got it for me when I was a kid, right? And it was a credit union that my dad had from the public service company of New Mexico, because my dad was an accountant for the public service company. So it was a credit union, the service company. It was like a little tiny small town, a little community, little tiny community credit union. And she's like, if you don't pay it back to them, I know where you're at, I know where your parents live, I will find you, I will kill you. And that's how I got my first loan, truth be told. And I still didn't have enough money to build a house. So you know what I did? I freaking poured concrete. And I was pouring concrete as fast as I could to make enough money. I stayed living in a little tiny trailer, guys. I lived in this little tiny trailer. My rent was $165. There was people in the trailer park that I lived in that had freaking tents, guys, in it. And I had over $100,000 that I did doing this in the back of the freezer. You guys don't believe me? Ask my wife. We were dating at the time. We would go back over there, and I would just shove money. I wouldn't even lock the door. Trailer park. No one didn't we live in the trailer park. No one had shit. No one's going into your house looking for a freezer. I wouldn't even lock the door. I had over $100,000 back in my freezer behind some Eggo waffle boxes and stuff. Eggo waffle boxes. Yeah, and stuff. There's just a bunch of cash back there from pouring concrete. That's how I built my houses. So when people come in and say I don't have money, I'm like, I don't feel sorry for you because I worked my ass off. I went and I built 2 houses, and I didn't have enough money for 2 houses. So you know what I did to finish the second house? I poured more concrete. And there was sometimes that I would sign checks to subcontractors, but I forget to sign the check and give it to them, and then they'd come back. They'd be like, Jerome, my check can't go through, you didn't sign it. Like, oh, I'm sorry, buy me an extra few days so I can pour an extra slab so I can go in, the check would clear. And that's how I built my second house. You know how I went and did 4 houses? The same friggin' way.
Yeah.
And I just kept scaling up, guys, and scaling up. And I never had enough money. I never had enough money to build the houses that I was building. I'm doing over $160 million worth of development ground up in multifamily right now. And you know what? Right now, I don't have enough money to do $160 million in development ground up right now. So you know what I'm doing? Is I keep on building houses and I do other stuff and I use other people's money to do it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, we put a $600 million portfolio of real estate together not having enough money. That's been the story of our life. My wife always says, she goes, we're the richest broke people I've ever met in my entire life. My whole life, we've been scaling up. Does that make sense? You don't feel sorry for those guys. We live in a 10,000 square foot house. We do whatever we want. We live and we do whatever we want. So we have kids. And we've been blessed. Our kids are blessed. Don't feel sorry for us. I make it sound like that, but it's real, guys.
Yeah.
It's real. The way I explain it is just the reality behind how we've grown. And we still do it today the exact same way. We're doing it at a different magnitude, a different scale. You know, I'll sit over at the Omni here at 12 o'clock, meeting a notary, a mobile notary, because I can do real estate anywhere. I'm closing on a deal in Phoenix at noon today. If they pay for a public notary to come and meet me here at the hotel at the Omni, we're staying to close on a $15 million loan. So it doesn't matter where I am, I just make them come. That's this right here. And it's gonna come from this right here. Okay, so you're gonna have to pay debt on $600,000. You're either gonna have to pay it from a hard money lender, a private lender, a business partner, or you're gonna land up going to a bank and get it. Got a young lady, her name's Miranda. She lives out in Santa Fe, New Mexico. She's building in a subdivision out in Santa Fe, where she partnered with a money guy. She builds. Her husband's a tech nerd. He's a good guy. No construction. She was fixing, flipping homes, making about $30,000 a year. She's been working with me for 2 years, guys. She went and gave 50% of her profit away to her partner to lend her money. He does zero in construction. He's just her money guy. She averaged $260,000 net profit on her first build, gave him $130,000, and she took home $130,000 net. How many people would do that? She didn't have the money, but she got the money. She built the house, made $130,000. She did that on her first 4 builds. She's on house number 6. She now is her own money, and she's making $260,000 net, and she's a stay-at-home mom, 4 kids, making more than her husband doing tech. How many people think that's pretty cool? Yeah, pretty cool, right? So you don't have to have the money, you just have to know how to get it, where to get it from, okay? And so one of the big things, guys, you're gonna service about $20,000 of that in debt service. Okay, you're gonna pay about $20,000 of this in debt service through traditional lending, okay? So now, when we add these up, let's add these up, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'm gonna break this down and how this turns into a 3-year deal, okay? Now, remember, this is your guys' numbers. We take $834,000 minus $450,000 in bill cost, minus $150,000 for the land, minus $62,000, minus $20,000. So it's $152,000. Okay. Now, your net out is going to be $152K. Okay. How are you doing? How are you doing? You doing okay? $150,000. How many people are satisfied with that on one bill? Okay. It's going to take you about 6 months to do it once you turn dirt. Okay. Is that okay? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Now watch, ladies and gentlemen. Take pictures of this. I'm going to erase it here in a second. Okay. Take some pictures of that. That way you guys can look at those numbers. You guys like that we're doing this live like this? Are you guys okay? Because I usually do this on a slideshow. And they asked me if I wanted AV, and I said, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pencil this live. Okay? I did this on Monday on a webinar with over 1,000 people on it, and people just absolutely loved it. I'm going to do the exact same thing in Oklahoma City on Saturday. And I'm just going to do it live. I'm not going to do it scripted through a slideshow that I do it for the whole nation. I'll just do it for your guys' area. I mean, this is cool, right? Yeah. I mean, you guys get to see it from your numbers, your guys' comps.
Can you still use a 1031 exchange on new build profit like you would a renovation?
This is active income. This isn't even, you don't have to worry about 1031 exchanges because this is active income, okay? I don't pay taxes on this stuff. When I do this on a webinar, guys, one of the things I usually do it for my home office, or I do it for my office. And I have files of receipts from every house that we've ever built our entire life. I have a file folder. And I have file cabinets all over the place. I got big giant file cabinets in my office, big giant file cabinets. Oh, come on in, bro. There's some seats up here. There's a seat right up here, brother. Come on in. Come. And so when we go in, I have every receipt for every done. Okay. We have all the documentation of every house that we've ever built and the profits. We have the purchase price of the land, the purchase price and sales price of every single building. Now, I was hoping that would come out a little closer to 160, but that's okay. It probably will once you go in and you actually pencil this. Yeah. But is it okay if I erase this? We can show how to scale this in 3 years? You guys got it? Everybody have it?
Yes.
Okay, let's erase this, okay? I'm gonna leave, actually, I'm not gonna leave anything. Okay, we're just gonna take it 152, I'm gonna erase all this. If this thing doesn't fall apart on me here. Okay. Okay, let's break this down month by month, okay? Now, look, guys, I want you guys to pay close attention here, okay? I need you guys to pay close attention because I'm gonna break this down for you guys on what you guys need to do month by month, okay? Month by month, guys. Over the next 36 months, month by month, okay? Month 1, month 2, month 3, okay? You're gonna just be learning. You're not gonna get this right away. You're gonna go to Edmond, you're gonna be scared. The reason you won't buy a lot isn't because the lots don't work. It's because you're gonna be walking around with racing stripes in your underwear. You're gonna shit your pants, you're gonna be sitting back going, holy shit, man, this is scary. I'm committing to this. And one of the hardest things that people have to do in life is commit, right? You guys married? You're not married?
No.
Why not? Because it's hard to commit. No, I'm just joking. I'm busting your balls. This guy says, I'm out of here, man. Don't worry, it took me 8 years to marry my wife. I was committed. We were buying real estate, gas schools, everything. So, look, guys, when you come in, she's like, yeah, man, I have to use busting balls. Sorry, busting balls. But the hardest thing for people to do in life is commit. So it's going to take you guys 3 months. I could go in there and say, bro, come on, let me show you and take you. Think, buy this lot right here. This is the lot. This is the perfect lot right here, guys. Like, buy this lot. And you say, well, you know, I don't know. You're going to contemplate. You're going to consider, reconsider. Why? Because it's a commitment. Because you're going to say, you're not going to say, what if I make 150,000? You're going to sit back and say, what if it doesn't work?
No.
What if it does?
Yes.
What if it doesn't? That's the big question. What if it doesn't? Right? That's the big question. Because it does. You see, how many of you guys met most contractors out there? You guys met most contractors? Are they the smartest people in the world?
No.
Most of them?
Some.
I mean, there's some smart ones, but by nature, are they the smartest people in the world?
No.
So if those dumb fucks can make that much money, why don't you guys?
True.
Right? Don't you? Kind of, right? But guess what? Let's show the world different, right? Because there's people making money in construction. When I was growing up, my parents would teach me, if I didn't go out and get a good education, I was going to land up in construction. If I landed up in construction, it's because I was uneducated. And that's where people landed up that were uneducated. Little did I know that I was going to land up in construction and I was going to make millions of dollars. Had no clue, guys, no clue. It was a 2-year endeavor that I thought I was going to do for 2 years. That 2-year endeavor turned into a 31-year profession. Not bad. $600 million worth of assets under my control and my ownership. Pretty cool? Yeah, 30 years, guys. My overnight success took me 30 years. Okay, we will hit $1 billion, not because it was a goal of mine. I just know we're going to get there now because there's no other direction to go.
Yeah,
we're just moving that direction, you know? So we'll hit it, you know? I've started in my lifetime, we'll hit over $1 billion in assets. So watch, ladies and gentlemen, we go month 1 through 3 is going to be find land, okay? Okay, now, month number 4, you're gonna find a piece of land, and the second you find a piece of land, guys, the second you find it, not after you buy it, the second you buy it, the second you find the land, not after you buy it, the second you find it, you start working on getting permits. The second you find it, you tie it up, and you use their time, not your money. You use their time. So everything that we do, we're not leveraging money, we're leveraging time. Does that make sense? We leverage time. So we'll go in, we'll do a 60-day close that'll turn into like a 90-day close. We're leveraging time, and then it's a race to get everything you need to get building permits. So we'll walk in, we'll start with architect, we'll start right away with a survey, with architecture and engineering, and we just start pushing through that stuff, and we have the lot in escrow. And you can either do it through an owner finance, or you can just tie it up, and you go in and start working towards your construction loan. For those of you guys that have a job and have credit, you just start working through your construction loan. Because the way you get your lending is through having a set of plans. And once you have a set of plans, you take that set of plans to a bank. And when you take it to a bank, the way that they give you money is they appraise it the exact same way that I showed you guys up here. They go, oh, you're building in Edmond? Well, let's see what the houses are realistically selling for in Edmond. Your house, based on your square footage and your set of plans, will be worth X, Y, Z amount, right? Well, we just went, the sales price of $860,000, whatever it was. And then they're gonna give you a loan based on that. Now, when we go in for a loan, we budget based on retail value. They don't even know what my profit is.
Yeah.
I do it based on a retail value, because if you were a homeowner, your new home, are they gonna, is a big retail? Retail. So when you go for a construction loan, they're giving it to you based on a retail value. Now you end up going in, you learn how to build that house, you go in and build it wholesale, you almost come out of pocket with almost zero money if you do it right. Very little, if any. Okay? Now, when you go in, you build bank's money. Now you might have to collateralize some capital, so that's where you come in with strategic partners, bridge money, and we have affiliates of a lot of different people that help us with this stuff. Now, when we go in, month number 4, we come in, we're going in and we're working towards permits. We get the land, and we're working towards permits. Okay, that's gonna take you month 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so month 4 through 6. Now, month number 6, you come in, you get permits. Okay, we'll call it month number 7. Month 7, now you start building. Now, I don't know how long it takes here in Oklahoma City. I know like in Kirtland, Washington, it takes me over a year to get a set of permits, but in Albuquerque, it takes me 2 weeks. In Santa Fe, it takes us about a month. In Phoenix, it takes us about a month once we submit for plan reading, maybe 6 weeks. Okay, so it's different in different municipalities. As I look around in Oklahoma, doesn't seem like it takes that long out here to get building permits. Maybe for a residential home, anybody build residential homes out here right now that's in the audience? How long does it take to get building permits? About a month. Okay, so about a month, guys. Okay, so now we're month number 7. We're permit ready. It's going to take, let's say it takes you, we used to build them in 4 months. I'm getting older, guys. I don't like the stress of building them in 4 months anymore. So I do a 5-month build. Okay, but let's say it takes you 6 months. So you take month number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, full year. Okay, so you're 1 year into it. So months 7 through 12, 1 home. Okay, is done. So that's completed home. Now, the house isn't going to sell right away. So the average home is going to take about 6 days to sell. So let's say you guys go in and it takes you 2 more months to sell the house and cash in. So now that's month number 12, month number 13, and month number 14. Month number 14, you have cash in pocket. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that sound fair?
Yes.
Okay. How long does it take you have to sell over here in Edmond?
30 to 60.
30 to 60 days? Yeah. Okay. So let's say month 14, you cash out. Okay. Now, month number 15, here's the key right here, guys. You don't start looking for land here. What you do is you go back over here. Once you're ready with your building permits in month number 7, right away, when you turn dirt on your first build, guess what you start doing right away? You start looking for land for 2 more lots, right away. 2 lots. The second that you get your permits, and you're going to start turning dirt, you look for 2 more lots right by you. One of the things that's cool is that when you go in and you buy your first lot, guess what that realtor that you bought that lot from, guess what she wants to do or he wants to do? He wants to sell you 2 more lots, right? So all of a sudden the lots, you could go in that one area, guys, and you can build and stay in one area your whole life. And truth be told, there might be like in this room, there might be 5 of you guys that actually go out there and do it. 89.1% of you guys will fail at this, okay? 89.1% of you guys. That's a real life statistic, okay? 89.1 of you guys sitting here today will fail at this. You're saying, oh man, why are you crushing me, man? Like, why are you telling me this? Here's why, guys. How many of you guys know the best baseball player that ever walked this earth? Babe Ruth? Wrong. Who else? Who knows who the best baseball player is that ever walked this earth? Anybody? Do you know the best baseball? You know who the best baseball player is? No? You? Wrong. Jackie Robinson was.
Robinson, you went wrong everything.
Wrong, man. You're wrong, bro. You're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong. You know the best baseball players in the world?
Marty Brewer.
Why wrong? You're wrong. You guys, do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Guess what?
Upstairs?
I don't know either. You know why? You know why? Because the best baseball player that ever lived never stepped up to the plate and never swung the bat. And the best builder that will make the biggest profit will never buy the first piece of land and get started. The reason that 89% of you guys will fail is because you'll never get going. Does that make sense? All your other competitors for your entire career never even leave that area and make millions of dollars. The Metroplex in Dallas is coming up north. It's going to intersect with Panhandle of Oklahoma City. They call it the Golden Beltway. 8,000 people move into the Dallas-Fort Worth area every friggin' week. You don't believe me? Google it. 8,000. You know where they're coming, guys? They're coming here. They're moving north, your direction. Your population will grow. You guys are next in the growth behind Dallas-Fort Worth through that Metroplex expansion. Berkshire Hathaway owns, when you're going north, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett owns the right side of the street. You know who owns the left side of the Golden Beltway? Jerry Jones. All the legacy development is Jerry Jones. They're driving the growth of Texas north towards Oklahoma, guys. You know how I know that? Because we're building apartment complexes out there. I know that. You can't get in that area. I know that. We went into Salina. We're in there. We're in it big over there, working on developing in that area. And so you guys are going to get the rollover of all that growth. You can see it as one little area, your entire career, make millions and millions of dollars and never leave that area. I went in, when I first started building, guys, there's still lots available right down the street, 3-4 houses down from where I first started building. I stayed in that area from 1999 to 2009 for a decade. I never left that area until it made sense after the recession because of impact fees and water cap fees. I went to a different area where there's a population of 2,000 people. I own the market in the area I built. I love the area that I built in so much. I ended up moving there a few years later. We live in the area. I don't build any further than 5 minutes from my house. And I've been in that exact same area since 2010. It's the only area that I built single family homes. And I've never moved from that area. I don't build single family homes anywhere else. I go 5 minutes from my house. It's a population of just over 2,000 people, guys, right outside of Santa Fe. And I stay in that one little mountain area, and I just buy every little lot that's in there, and I just crush it right there. And there's other builders, and my students, and I don't go in there and say, oh my God, they're my competitors. There's not enough market share. There's more market share that I can have, and I'm wanting to take on my own. So I even have students in there that are building right around me. They're crushing it right around us. Yeah. You guys can do the exact same thing. Now, we go in, month number 14. You cash out $150K. Okay? You don't go out and buy a Rolex watch. Okay? No. You don't go out and buy a car. You don't go out and do any of that stuff, guys. You collateralize that. Okay? How many guys are in here that have jobs that you wish you didn't have? You know, raise your hand. How many guys, yeah. So, you know, it's kind of a third of the room kind of comes up. I'd probably say it's close to about 90% of the room. But you will skip to a different beat, ladies and gentlemen, if the job you don't like that much, when you have something else. You know why? Because the thought of having to stay doing what you're doing right now for the next 30 plus years of your life is repulsing for most of us, right? And it sucks. But all of a sudden, if you have an exit, you don't even have to spend the money. You just be like, damn, I got a vehicle. Now all of a sudden, you're walking in. One day you're like, damn, how's your day? Oh, no, there's another day. It's so, right? Next day you walk, yeah, baby, I'm going to make $150,000 on my next house. How's it going today? It's going great, man. It's going good. It's going real good. It's going good. You're skipping at a different beat because you got a vehicle. Does that make sense? Now all of a sudden, what you do for a living that at one point in time was horrible, ladies and gentlemen, and you it was repulsing to wake up and do. Now all of a sudden, you're skipping at a different beat because you have a vehicle that can carry you elsewhere. And so truth be told, don't quit your job, okay? Go in and do this, guys, and stay working your job. I've been pouring concrete, I've been wanting out of concrete since 1998, guys. I've wanted out of the business since 1998. Guess what I still do today?
Concrete.
Follow me on Instagram, man. Follow me on Facebook. We still pour concrete. I'll be at the job site. Because, you know, Jerome, banking sucks. Everything's tight. You need $5 million more in liquidity to build that $70 million asset. Guess what I do? Beep, 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 beep. We pour more concrete.
Yep.
Right, baby? Truth be told, I'm like, fuck, 5 million more? Shit. Beep, beep. I've actually raised a lot of that, but I have to show that I'm not just raising it. I have to show that I have liquidity, right? So I literally still use that business to make money, and I put it in the bank.
Yeah.
Okay? So we still work that hard today because we're still growing. Okay? So don't quit your job. You take this, collateralize that. Now, you collateralize that and you go do 2. Month number 7, you go in and you start working on this stuff right here. You get 2 lots, you tie them up. You don't pull out of your pocket. All you do is maybe take a couple $1,000 from your construction loan, tie up 2 more lots. The realtor wants to sell them to you. You just go right down the street. You start working for permits. Month number 15, you already have it because now it's month number 7. Takes you 3 months, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then if you go in for plan review, month number 11, 12. Month number 12, you have permits already for your next house in month number 15. Just let your permits sit there. Let them hover. Then you get this money out of the bank. You go up, go, Mr. Banker, can I get a construction loan for 2 homes? And I'll collateralize the $150,000 that I just made to be able to go out and build 2 houses. Does that make sense? Okay. Now you go in. Now you start building 2 homes. Now, month number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 6 months. It doesn't take any longer to build 2 homes than it does 1. In fact, the number 1 biggest complaint that our students that are working with me have is they sit back and go, Jerome, you're 100% right. My biggest regret is I only built 1 at a time. I felt like I wasted my time because when you're building 1 home, like what do? You go pull out a lawn chair and watch out framers frame house? No. You go to work and you let your framers do what they do. You show up for an hour, you look for problems, you talk to them, you assign and delegate, then you go and you do what you do. Building a house, guys, takes about 2 to 5 hours a week. When you're first learning, invest 5 hours a week. 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, maybe even 10. Call your subs, go walk your project at least 3 times a week, and check on it. Hold everybody accountable. Let them see your face in the middle of the day or in the morning, bright and early, when they're first getting started, because all contractors do get started early. And then you go to work. So if you have to be at work at 8, be there at 7 o'clock. You check, you walk, and then you start on your way to work, you make phone calls. And you say, hey, there's a problem with X, Y, Z. Hey, this isn't right. And you just start making calls. You take pictures of everything. And with our smartphones, you just send off pictures to everybody of all the problems. And then you go to work. And then you let them work through the problems that day. And then you go back to check to make sure those problems got fixed the next morning. Does that make sense? Sure. How many of you guys could afford to go out and build 2 homes with 10 extra hours a week? How many of you guys, with what you currently do, how many of you guys could do that? Raise your hand. How many of you guys could do that? Yeah, the whole freaking room can do that. Okay? Now, so you go in month number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 6 months. So month 15 through 20, you build 2. Now, you're going to get a little bit better price because you're going to shave off $1,000 from every trade contractor. You might have like trade contractors from plumbers, electricians, roofers, drywall guys, painters, framers, foundation guys, dirt guys. Everybody that's in there working on that house, you're going to go and say, hey, we're doing 2. Can you shave me a little bit of a discount off each house since we're going to do 2 at the exact same time? And they're right next door to each other, right down the road from each other, whatever they are. Now you let them make it an extra $20,000 net on your house because you're building 2. You have 2 houses, so now you're not just making $150,000, but you're making $170,000 on each bill. So now you're making more money. But let's pretend like you're not, and let's just say you're making that $150. Yeah. But that's the goal, guys, is to go in there now because you're doing a little bit more volume. You start negotiating with your trade contractors. You don't want them starving, so you don't want them broke. You don't want to bring them down too much, but you want to shave a little bit off because one, you're feeding the beast, you're feeding them, and two, you want to be able to make a little bit more money on your bills, right? You want to skin the game a little more, make a little bit more money. So you come in, bill number 20, month number 20, now month number 21, 22, you got to sell the houses, right? So now we go to month 20 to 22, so 3 months to resale. Now, when we do that, we have 150 plus 300, right? Okay, now, right here, guys, when we go right here, right after month 15, what do? Good job, good job. Right away, month number 15, you go in and you start looking for how many lots?
At least 2 or
Like you. 4 lots. 4 lots. You think like me. 4 lots, guys. 4 lots. Because now you go in, you say, Mr. Banker, Mr. Banker, Mr. Banker, look, I just sold 3 homes. I want a line of credit to build 4. I want a line of credit to build 4 homes. Okay? Now, you go in, you collateralize this. Okay? You take your wife, your husband to a nice dinner. Go out and celebrate. Go spend $300. Go down to Ruth Chris or a nice restaurant and just enjoy a nice dinner. That's your reward. Okay? Your reward is coming, guys. You don't pay taxes on this, guys. You don't pay taxes. Now, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not going to give you guys tax advice. Consult with them. Okay? I'm just going to tell you what I did. Okay? Now, here's what I did. When you set up an LLC to build in, you have reoccurring capital and you're expensing things. Okay? So those file folders I was talking about of every single house. Okay? Now, if you're growing, what is lumber?
it is.
It's an expense, right?
Yeah.
What is electrical?
Wires.
It's an expense, right?
Yeah.
And if you're growing, you're spending more than you're making, yeah? Okay, this is not passive income yet. We haven't got there yet. This is active income. So it's taxable income. But when you're running a business, and if you're spending more than you're making, can't you just write all of that off? All your expenses? So what we do is we write all of it off. Okay? Now, at some point in time, you're creating a tax liability for yourself at the tail end, because at some point in time, you have to pay those taxes, right? No, you don't. I'll show you how. I'll show you that in a second. But in the American way that we're taught, you have to pay those taxes, right? It's a tax liability. There has to be a strategy behind it, or you have to pay those taxes. So every year, what I would do once I got past this, the first 2 years, I didn't pay any taxes on it. And then I was like, shit. And then I made a big check, I my credit. I literally, right? And so I didn't make no money. I was paying it all back just to get myself to become a human being again on this earth, right? Credit worthy. But I didn't pay the taxes. I just floated them over. And at the end, I wound up paying penalties, interest, because I didn't know then, but I know now. The difference is, you guys know me. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys something today at the end of this. That's going to explain to you guys what you do with that money. Now, you go in, month number 22, you sell it, you have $450,000. Go to the bank goes in, and you get a loan against this, and you go in and you get 4 lots tied up here. You start this exact same process that you did in month 4 and 6 on 4 properties. Okay? Now, 4 projects, 4 homes is a little bit more work than 2, but you can still manage it all by yourself and still work a full-time job. After 4, that's where the cusp flips, where you need to hire probably an administrative assistant to come in and help you with paperwork, more so than anything else. Once you get over 6, you got to hire a superintendent or somebody to help you on the jobs. You can manage. I managed up to 8 by myself, but I'm a little bit crazy. Okay, so I did 8 of them all alone, and I ran my construction company too. I had a bunch of employees that obviously worked for concrete. I wasn't the only one, but 8 homes I did on my own, and I'm a little bit of a lunatic. I still am, you know. But you can do 6 without having the real need to have that extra debt service in employees. Okay, and when you get that debt service, employees will actually pay for themselves. And I'll show you guys for a whole different day. But right over here, month number 20, you come in, month number 22, when you sell those, you build 4. Now, you go through month number 22, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, let's call it 28 months. Let's throw an extra month on there. You're building 4 homes. You're gonna be waiting for some of your same subs to service your homes. They're gonna bag you out 2 days, a week, and you're gonna fall a little bit behind because those same subs are falling behind. This is where you come in and start getting the second set of subs for all your bills, so that way you have more bandwidth, okay? So now, month number 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, we're building 4. 28, now, it's gonna take us, let's say now it takes us 3 months, because we have 4 builds, you're not gonna sell them all in 2 months, so let's say it takes you month number 28, 29, 30, 31, okay? So month number 31, it's gonna take you 3 months to sell. Okay, so that's month 31. You sell 4 of them, what's 4 of them? 600K, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You got 5 months to jack shit up. Okay? 31 months, guys. I don't even know how to do it slower than that. I don't know how to do it slower than that. That's just the way I work.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 36 months. You can do it in 31 months, guys. And you can have over $1 million in your pockets. Okay? Now, if you guys have seen anything that I've done in my big events where I put 700-800 people in a room, and we do our big Build Wealth event each year, I teach mainly multifamily. I don't really teach this stuff that much anymore. I stopped building homes in 2020. And one of the things that I started doing is I started developing multifamily real estate in 2016, and I moved into big developments where we don't even do anything under 100 units in 2018. And so all of our developments are 200 plus units now, except for one that I just picked up the other day in Phoenix, a 29 unit deal. I'll make like $3 million on a little deal in 18 months on the side. Cool little project. You know, how many guys want a cool little $3 million project that you do in 18 months? I'm like, oh, I was, man. We were down looking at some land right by the W in Scottsdale, right off of Scottsdale Road in Indian School, right next door to the W. The land is $15 million. And the broker at Matthews Real Estate, he goes like that. Oh, P.S. by the way, I got this cool little lot right by downtown Phoenix. He goes, if you guys want to look at it, go ahead. So Kyle and I, my business partner, we go, let's go look at it. And I looked at it and he goes, what do you think? I go, I think it's a piece of shit. It had 4 houses on it. The houses were built in the 1940s. It was garbage. But what was cool was just one house here, next one over, there was a 12-unit apartment complex that was built 18 months ago. It was a comp. We did the math on it. We knew that those guys made over $1.5 million on that 12-unit. So I told them, bro, we should just buy it. And I said, well, we're doing our West Camelback project, which is a $70 million development. It's a $50 million build. I said, it's like right down the road. I said, well, why don't we just take this on? Scott, our GC, we'll just throw this to him too. He'll only need a couple guys over here. We'll just throw up 29 units because that was the density maximum for the city of Phoenix, right by downtown. We'll scrape those houses. It'll take us 6 months to get permits, and we'll just build out 29 units. We'll maximize the density and see if we can fit 29 units on this lot with parking. We sent it to our architect. Architect came back, said, we can do it. You guys only can do 2 bedrooms. And the other 19 units have to be 1-bedroom units in order to get the square footage you need to still maintain the parking. We're like, cool, let's do it. So they're working on the architecture right now, and it's just a cool little side project. And we will net between $3 million and $4 million. $3 million on the low end, $4 million on the high end, based on the one comp. It's already there in a shitty market. So we even have more upside potential on that on a little 29-unit build. So you know what's cool about learning this, guys? You know what's really cool about learning this? Is you got options. Once you learn this game, you got options. And so the sky is truly the limit, but this is where it starts. Because when you do this, you can resume into a 4-unit, which is still residential, or an 8-unit, or a 10-unit. And here's what's cool, guys, is that you take this money right here, you take that $1 million, you can go out and you can either buy or you can build. If you guys come into our community, you guys will laugh because I'll have people on the call and they'll be like this. I'll be like, guys, do you have any Q&A today? We'll be on the call, right? We'll be on a Zoom call with a bunch of people. People are like, yeah, Jerome, I got a question. I just sold 3 houses and, you know, I have like $900,000 that I made this year and I'm gonna have to pay taxes and I don't know what to do. Should I buy a truck or should I buy, should I go buy a tractor or a truck or should I go buy a building? Or, and like, I got like 2 months and I don't know what to do because I have these tax liabilities at the end of the month. That's the calls, that's what's coming out, goes on in our calls. And so I'm like, hey, you need to buy a building. We have students that are coming in and they're racing to buy commercial real estate at the end of the year so they don't have to pay taxes. Now, how many people want to be in that position? Okay, guys, they're not scientists, man. I got a musclehead firefighter that was making $60,000 a year, started working on for $1 million this year alone, building houses. He bought a building last, and he already sold 2 going in this year, and he has 4 more that he's building into the year. And so the thing is it's not about making money, it's how you save your money and how you keep it and protect your money. That makes sense? So you can go in and you can build a 4-plex. And let's say a 4-plex or a 6-unit, where's my other phone? Oh, okay. So let's say a 6-unit apartment complex, let's say it's trading for $250,000 a door, which is pretty low. $250,000 a door, and we have a 6-unit, is $1.5 million, right? So $1.5 million, you can't depreciate land. But let's say that you paid $200,000-$300,000 for the land for a little 6-unit. So minus $300,000 for the land, you still have $1.2 million. You can, in bonus depreciation and cost segregation, you can depreciate that all in 1 year. Or most of it, 80% of it, okay? You can put it against that income. So you just keep doing this. You expense your stuff until you can afford to get into a larger property. You either buy it or build it. And once you get to that income, you go to your tax professional and you say, look, I got this tax liability of over $1 million now. I don't want to give 400,000 of this to Uncle Sam. Because that's what you're going to give to Uncle Sam, is 400 grand of that.
Yeah.
Okay? How many of you guys want to work that hard and give $400,000 of that to Uncle Sam? Anybody? So I don't want to do that. So instead of giving 400 grand to Uncle Sam, wouldn't you rather just go in and maybe take 200,000 of that as a down payment on a $1 million building, and cost segregate? You go in, you depreciate that through cost segregation, and guess what you pay taxes?
Zero.
Zero. You have a $1.2 million tax write-off. And if you haven't made $1 million, it doesn't matter. Because that tax write-off, once you have it, it never expires. Until you make $1 million or $1.2 million, it goes on forever. Until you make that money. Then once you made it, but by the time you made that money, guess what you do? You're forced to go scale up, you resume up to the next one. And you continue making money, and then you buy another one. And then you make more money, you cost seg that one, you get another one. Why will we get to $1 billion? Because I freaking have to.
Yep.
I have to. I don't have a choice. Otherwise, I'm going to pay a ton of taxes. Does that make sense? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you guys today came in here not expecting to learn this and are walking out of here today knowing more than what you came in here this morning? Raise your hand. Okay. This is real business, guys. This isn't cryptocurrency. This isn't NFTs. This isn't, pie sky stuff. This is real business, guys. This is a real viable business. This isn't Pablo Escobar, let's go sell some cocaine and smuggle it in from Mexico, all right? This is real business. This is what goes on in America right underneath all of you guys' eyes. Nobody teaches this, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody teaches this. Our schools don't teach this. The Rockefellers put an education system together over 60 years ago when they said, we're going to create the best employees that America has. Our forefathers didn't come in here on a boat and say, and jump off a boat. They didn't sail in to Richmond, Virginia and say, all right, guys, let's go get a job. Did they?
Nope.
No. Our forefathers walked barefoot from Virginia to Pennsylvania to fight for our freedom, to create what we call the Declaration of Independence. Independence, guys. This is capitalism. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what Oklahoma stands for. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is what Oklahoma stands for. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is what the United States of America stands for. capitalism, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is most people aren't taught how to take advantage of what our country was actually built and founded on. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a real business. Will it happen overnight? No. But if you put that time into that, your college degree, your education, you put 4 years into what you're putting into college with that much time, what can you get out of this in the next 4 years? That's the question.
A lot.
Does that make sense? Okay, 89% of you guys will fail. 89% of you guys will fail. You'll never get up to the plate. You'll never swing the bat. Okay? Now, all right. TikTok, I love you guys. God bless you guys. Goodbye. All right. YouTube, I love you guys. God bless you guys. Goodbye. You guys have a good one. Set up a call with my team. You guys have a good one. Thank you guys for watching.